Warning, this song contains a massive douche.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Lex Dicks On. It's the show where I dick on things that are a bunch of dick. Now you might be wondering what's happened to the last part of episode 1, so I'll just explain that very quickly. Unfortunately, because Warner Music Group really like to flag things for copyright claims, even though it's a review and falls under fair use, parts 2 and 3 are currently down, and I'm contesting the copyright claims on them. Unfortunately, because of the way that YouTube works, I can only contest so many at once. So it could even be another month or so before they go back up. Given that's the case, I figured it would be a better idea for me to actually just start doing single videos. So where I look at one video rather than 5, and then I can come back and finish off the 20 worst alternative songs of the 2000s once everything's been sorted out. Fingers crossed that it does get sorted out. So today we're going to be looking at a band called Falling in Reverse. Now if you've never heard of Falling in Reverse, they're fucking awful. They're fronted by ex-Escape the Fate vocalist Ronnie Radke, who might be the biggest douchebag in music today. This guy is just fucking... well, I mean, you'll see it in a second. If you don't know who this guy is, I'm sorry for introducing you to him. But hey, that's what Lex Dicks On is all about. Me dicking on people who really need to be dicked on from a great height. Let's take it away. So far, so utterly generic. You know, you've got this sort of escalating synth line you've probably heard about 20 zillion times, and then this dude in a freaking blue suit jumping out of a flash car, some girls with nice bums walking around, and then this really crappy hook. I mean, it basically starts with the chorus, but not quite the chorus as it happens. It's an intro chorus. So you've got this, oh, I don't know, I never want to be alone, blah, 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 mopey, emo shit, with this douchebag in a suit with these shades and this Skrillexy hair and, like, fucking the most tattoos, all of which are really bad. His tattoos are really bad generic hardcore shit, or just really badly done. And, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but he's actually got his own initials tattooed on his face. And I can't really think of any context in which I would want to know someone who has their own initials tattooed on their face. That's just like the biggest douche move in the world. What's that tattoo mean? Oh, it's my name. Why is it on your face? Because I'm fucking awesome! But yeah, anyway, this starts off poor and then dives headlong over a cliff. Because then we have Ronnie Radke telling us why he's such a badass motherfucker rapper.
Rocking Gucci sneaks. All I do is win. Charlie Sheen started out in 06 and revived the scene. So many motherfuckers wanna be like me.
So let's just digest that stanza. So first of all, we've got white boy on the beat rocking Gucci sneaks. Well, that might be true. He's very white, so I can buy that he might have some Gucci sneaks. I'm not really sure what Gucci sneaks look like. I'm guessing probably quite awful, because most designer trainers that I see are pretty shitey, like really obnoxious and loud and over the top. The kind of things that douchey frat boys like travel to Japan to go and buy as a limited edition pair of Kanye West Nikes that are only released in that country for 5 minutes or something. So I'll give him that one. And then we have the first use of this really fucking irritating stutter effect, which is kind of on a par with the irritation level of auto-tune nowadays, where it's just like the record's skipping or it's pixelating when you're trying to stream it, you know, on some fucking video site. So all I do is win Charlie Sheen, which is a brag rap, a hashtag rap rather. Brag rap's something completely different. It's a hashtag rap. So what it is you get rid of the like or the as in the sentence. So you present something, and then rather than actually say like Charlie Sheen or as if I was Charlie Sheen, you just go something, 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 pause, something that ties into it. So in this case, we get all I do is win Charlie Sheen, which obviously is referring to the epic Charlie Sheen winning Tiger Blood ridiculous interview thing. Now, as we know, because of recent happenings a couple of days ago, this line is kind of bad in hindsight, because Charlie Sheen, a couple of days ago, announced to the world that he's HIV positive. So it ain't Tiger Blood that he's got, it's really fucking nasty blood that's probably going to kill him at some point. Not going to talk shit about Charlie Sheen, because, you know, peace to the guy. He went through some bad times and he's come out of them, and he's HIV positive, and, you know, hopefully he lives a happy and long life anyway. But Ronnie Radke, Charlie Sheen wasn't even winning at that time. He'd just been sacked from 2.5 Men and given a rambling, incoherent interview. So, you know, all I do is win, Charlie Sheen, makes you look like an idiot because you're making dated pop culture references that are dating your music instantly that don't even work. So then there is so much wrong with this song. Lyrically, delivery-wise, I mean, his rapping is terrible. It's in this sort of high-pitched staccato whine where it's more talking than rapping anyway. I know rapping is a form of talking, it's talking with a certain cadence, but it feels iffy as fuck. Iffy as fuck. And the raps get progressively worse, really. I mean, there's some pretty egregious lines in all of them, but they do get progressively worse. And then you end up with this mishmash, because you've just had that intro version of the chorus going on about how he doesn't want to be alone, you know, how he never knows if he's going to get home, which, regardless of it being a bit simplistic, is not the worst sentiment in the world. You know, he could be talking about being a rock star. So he's out on the road, doesn't know when he'll see his family or his friends, you know, next, and he doesn't really like it. It makes him feel isolated and distant from people. But instead of maintaining that theme, we then get this series of rap verses about how fucking awesome Ronnie Radke is, and how he's better than everyone else, and how you all want to be like him. So many motherfuckers want to be like me. Well, not really, Ronnie, because you've just told us that being on the road sucks and you don't get to see your friends and family, that you're winning like Charlie Sheen, who had gone mental at that point. And let's face it, you have a criminal record for being associated with the death of someone. So you went to prison, and you were a raging drug addict at one point. And I'm pretty sure you beat your girlfriend up and got arrested for that as well. So, not really, Ronnie. Not really that keen on being like you. Haven't really given us a reason to want to be like you, you massive douche canoe. Anyway, next bit.
Don't give a fuck about you. You really froggy motherfucker. Ain't no time that you can tell. You're the best. Don't make me from the past. Talking back and leave you sad. No, that's what I come and laugh.
Now, I'm not an expert on rap. I'll be the first to admit that. I like some rap. There's plenty of rappers out there that I can dig. I really like UK grime, for example, and a bunch of American stuff like MF Doom and some of the weird avant-garde things. But it's not really my first genre of choice. There's plenty of stuff I'll listen to, though. But correct me if I'm wrong, rap fans. Isn't the whole point of rap to talk as fast as you can while maintaining coherency so that people can still understand what you're saying? If that's the case, I do not understand this current trend thing that metalcore bands or post-hardcore bands or whatever you want to call them, you know, Asking Alexandrias, the Falling in Reverses of the world, are doing, where they insert elements of hip-hop into their songs by putting in these rapped verses, but to maintain the sort of heaviness of this. Not that I think this is heavy. I mean, I've heard heavier acoustic Neurosis songs than this song. To keep the heaviness, they scream while they rap. So it becomes this sort of burbled, incoherent Cookie Monster noise. You know, that sort of awful post-hardcore vocal style that they have, but applied to rap. So there's not even a tune to it. Which is exactly what that was. That's the sort of build to the chorus, where it's more, fuck you everyone, I'm Ronnie Radke, I don't give a fuck about you, you're all haters, I'm gonna fucking get loads of money and bang all bitches, and you're gonna love me for it, and you're all gonna want to be like me. But done in this really ridiculous fashion. And then of course it ends with that stutter effect, which makes it sound like someone really badly recorded someone being choked out. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get this song. It's like a collision of stuff that just doesn't work. And the video makes him look like even more of a fucking clown shoe. He's just, you know, flailing around with his Skrillexy hair, going, fuck you bitches, I'm so great, in his fucking blue suit. Or out of it, in his full body suit of tattoos, again, which look terrible. And I just think the message you're trying to convey doesn't translate. Makes you look like you are trying to be Attila, who was shit as well, by the way, but then you drop into this chorus again.
Oh, this is the end of everything that I know. No way of knowing if I'll ever be home. I don't ever wanna be alone. Oh, and if I try to make it out of this town, no way of knowing if I'll ever be found. I don't ever wanna be alone.
And like I said, despite it being incredibly generic, it's got a completely different feel to the rest of the song. It's this sort of, you know, longing to be at home, longing to be connected again. There's a sort of sense of isolation to it. And it's generic as fuck. The rhyme scheme is not particularly good. The delivery is not particularly good. And yet in the video he's still doing all this insane posturing and like pointing at the sky and like, you know, like this and all that kind of shit. And it's just such a mishmash. It's such a sort of smashing together of these things that just doesn't really work. And of course we launch straight into another rapping about how great he is. And I'm not going to play the whole verse to you because it gets really boring just watching like a big section of video. And also that might help with the copyright issues I've been having, to be fair. But I'll just pull out a couple of the more egregious lines and we'll talk about them briefly. And then we'll get on to possibly the worst part of the song, which is the breakdown.
Man, I've been in rap since I was shitting in Pampers. Climbed the ladder to the top and now I'm shitting on rappers.
So what Ronnie would have us believe there is that he's been rapping since he was a toddler, which might be true, it might not be, but if he has been rapping since he was a toddler, he hasn't really progressed more than this sort of very slow, weak flow with this sort of whiny white boy voice. But now he's climbed the ladder to the top, which he certainly hasn't done, because Falling in Reverse are by no means one of the biggest bands on the planet. You know, they're hardly Metallica or Maiden or, you know, any of these headline massive band, Muse. But now he's climbed the ladder to the top and he's shitting on rappers. I've got a really funny sneaking suspicion that the best rappers in the world, the people who are really, really fucking good and sell a hell of a lot of records and are really widely regarded, are not quaking in their boots. Eminem is not looking over his shoulder and thinking, fuck, Ronnie Radke's going to come out with a rap album and completely smoke me and it's all going to be terrible. You know, it's just not going to happen. So this is just a bullshit boast that means nothing.
So fuck you, dude. You better take a step back before I call up the club. You talk a lot of shit, but you spread nothing but love. You keep on running your mouth, you better open your eyes.
So again, this is Ronnie doing this awful scream rap thing where he's basically going, so fuck you too! And then this is the bit that I really don't get. He's going to call up his crew. Now there's only really two crews that I could think Ronnie Radke would be calling up on his haters. Either his band, who look like a bunch of generic metalcore bitches, you know? They're not intimidating, even remotely. I mean, Ronnie might be slightly intimidating because he does look like a sort of sex offender, let's face it. He looks like some sort of crazy fucking mugshot picture that you see on BuzzFeed, like the 12 worst, craziest mugshots. But the rest of them just look like random people that you'd see in any rock bar on the planet. So I'm not intimidated by that. The only other thing that I can think of is he means the person who actually killed someone while he was there. It was a fight or something like that. And some sort of, I think it was manslaughter rather than murder. So it wasn't intended killing, but he went down as an accessory for it and spent several years in prison. So either he's going to set a bunch of really generic-looking metalcore dudes on you, or a person convicted for killing someone. Either way, it's not intimidating. It's not like, you know, Public Enemy going, I'll set my crew on you, where you think, yeah, and they'll fucking shoot me. Someone might kill me accidentally, or I'll get mobbed by a bunch of blokes in crappy band t-shirts and skinny jeans. Not really intimidated. But yeah, anyway, we'll skip the fucking chorus because it's a piece of shit, and we'll get to the breakdown, or the beatdown, or whatever you want to call it, which is dog shit. Pure and utter dog shit. This has got to be the bottom of the barrel of this song. And the barrel of this song, yeah, it's pretty low down on the big stack of really shitty barrels to scrape. So here we go. Breakdown, motherfuckers.
On that wreck, fly like a jet, switching my lanes like I'm racing a vet. I'm on that next, girl of sex, no doubt I'm on top of the world, break your neck.
Who the fuck was that little woo at the end there? That was weird, man. But, like, that just was garbage. It was just gobbledygook repeated in a robot voice, a really bored sounding robot voice, like, I don't know, a robot insurance man voice, you know, and switching my lanes like I'm racing a vet. What does he mean by switching his lanes? That's not really a simile to anything, is it? I mean, unless he's talking about the fact that he's switching dimensions in this song and going from the rap to the scream rap to the singing and stuff, in which case he's not doing it like he's changing lanes in a car, because it's really fucking jarring every time, because as you heard there, they use this awful staggered stutter effect that completely smashes up the flow of the song. So you get this god-awful kind of crunch of gears going through, using the car analogy again. Worst line in that, though, by all means, you know, by any standard, is "Girl loves sex." Girl loves sex. I mean, is that sexy? There's been nothing about girls in this song, really, or specifically about girls in this song. You might reference girls a couple of times in this braggy rap shit, but suddenly "Girl loves sex" is in there. Why is that in there? It's just to fit the rhyme scheme, and then it just does this awful staggered thing, where, you know, break your neck. What? I mean, you're inciting people to headbang, I guess. I assume that's what you're doing, because you then kick into, you know, the proper chugga 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 zeros and ones tablature kind of generic metalcore breakdown thing, and headbang like a twat. Just not feeling it, dude. Just not feeling it. You don't make me want to, you know, bang my head until my neck snaps. You just kind of make me pull this face and want to listen to something else. Sorry.
So wreck your motherfucking neck!
Our survey said...
So there you have it. Falling in Reverse. Alone. Fucking garbage. Quick little summary at the end. Doesn't make any sense. Can't pick a theme and stick to it. Video is just the height of I am a massive douche. Singer is a massive douche. Can't rap but claims he's a better rapper than everyone. Generic when it's not being utterly awful. Terrible breakdown. Terrible dropout bit before the breakdown with even more nonsensical than the rest of it lyrics about how you gotta love sex. Really, really fucking terrible lyric. And that's about it. I would say this was an attempt at style over substance if it actually had any style to it, but it doesn't. It just makes me want to fucking stab myself in the ears with a spork and then feed whatever comes out to a small dog. Ronnie, fuck you, fuck your shitty band.
Yo, 2013, motherfucker falling in reverse.
And of course they put the robot bullshit over the chorus at the end. And then an ident, just to make it even more dated and just to make it look even shittier. 2K13, falling in reverse, motherfucker. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Lex Dixon. Hopefully there'll be some more coming up soon, and this one may get pulled straight away. But even if it does, there's only one copyright claim, so it should be up for a little while at least. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There should be a subscribe button down that direction. In that direction somewhere. So click on that subscribe button, and then every time I post something, you might get a chance to see it before WMG copyright claims it and makes it disappear for a month or two. You've been watching Lex Dixon. I've been dicking on falling in reverse. See you next time, folks.